Oh man, I love healing and supporting other people in typical colors too. But every time I try to, I just get targeted and die. Now I don't even know if I want to play him anymore.
Oh well, seems like you've come to the right place. Today, I'll be showing you how to critically master the Doctor class in Typical Colors 2, one of the most beginner-friendly classes in the game. Now, I'm not a pro or anything a doctor, but I'll show you how to use him correctly so that you can have some fun healing other players. So without further ado, let's get started. Ah yes, the Doctor. The Doctor's game style is pretty straightforward. As the name suggests, Doctors are support classes. They use their most precious weapon, the Medigun, to heal other players if they are low health. So because of that, he isn't too much of a fighter. I repeat, he isn't too much of a fighter. Now, time for the Doctor's mechanics. As you can see, the Doctor has something called a Medigun. To use it, left-click on a player so the healing beam could go to that player and heal them. And you don't need to hold it or anything, you just gotta click on the player and now you're healing them. Now that you know how to use the Medigun, let's talk about a feature of it, the overheal. What is an overheal? It's actually pretty straightforward. When using an overheal on a player at max health, their max health goes up by 50%. Yes, for example, this brute has 300 health, but with the overheal, it goes up to 450 health. But however, this max health will decay over time if it's not healed consistently. Now it's time for one of the best features of the Medigun, the Supercharge. It is actually so good, bro. You have to listen. When you heal somebody, you'll notice a little percentage bar that says Supercharge at the bottom of your screen. When this bar hits 100%, you could right-click to activate the Supercharge. When you activate a Supercharge, it grants you and the person you're healing invulnerability for 8 seconds. Yes, you become invincible. When timed and used correctly, this could be insanely useful and effective. Huge W. The game literally rewards you for healing people. Yes. One thing that is pretty annoying about being a medic is that people always spam E to call your name. Yeah, that means they either need your help or they just want to call you for fun. But the most important people for you to heal are the people with the white medical symbol above their heads. Yes, only if it's white. That means they are extremely low and they need your help immediately. So try to heal them if you can. Alright then, now that you know how to use him, I'll show you how to use him correctly. First up, when using Doctors, you must learn positioning. Yes, you must learn it. Why? Because I see beginners making this mistake. They always stay exposed in the battlefield, which gets them killed. So, you need to stay behind the person you're healing. Yep, please try to stay behind the person you're healing, or you can stay behind a wall if they're staying still. But if they're moving around, you need to learn how to maneuver with them, so that you don't get attacked. So, you just gotta use them as a meat shield. Yeah, you have to use them as a meat shield. Next thing you should learn is how to time your supercharges. Supercharges are OP, but you need to time it correctly for it to work effectively. Don't waste it or use it randomly when nothing's happening. Instead, you should only use it when you're dealing with a large group, you're being overwhelmed, or you're dealing with sentries and brutes and stuff. Yeah, because supercharges are life-saving moments, so make sure you use it correctly. Most beginners including pros, make this mistake. They keep healing people even though they're low, and they just keep forgetting about themselves. Please, never be afraid to retreat to save yourself first. Don't be scared that the person you're healing will be angry at you or anything. Please, just don't be afraid to retreat. You have to care about yourself. Because respawning will take longer for you to get back to where you were. So don't be afraid to ask for help or just to retreat. Always put yourself at the top of the list. One thing you should also keep in your mind is equality. Please, don't always stick to one person. You have to heal others if they are damaged. This is how you can keep your team alive and strong. If you just heal one person, all of the others are going to die. Dude, that one guy isn't that important. You also have to heal your teammates. All your teammates are equally important. So just try to heal everyone if you can, if they're low and if they need a head start or anything. Equality. What can I say? When playing Doctor, you can use a lot of loadouts. Having different loadouts really affect your gameplay. So here are some weapons that you could use as a beginner. Primary slot, you can use the syringe crossbow or the syringe SMG. They're equally good, but I kinda like the syringe SMG better since it has a more firing rate than the crossbow and you can right click to send healing darts to other players in your team. But the syringe crossbow is still good. You can use any. For the secondary, you could use the minigun, which is the default minigun. Yep, it's effective, heals, it just does the job, man. Or you could use the Kritzkrieg. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I guess it's a Kritzkrieg. It has a plus 25% supercharge rate, which is pretty nice. But superchargers only grants critical hits for the player you're healing. It doesn't grant invincibility, but critical hits are still good, you know. For the melee, you can just use any melee you want, since doctors rarely use it to attack. But you can use the super saw or just the default saw if you want. And that wraps up this video. I'm not going to go too deep into the core mechanics, gameplay, or any tips, but I just wanted to let you know the basics and everything that you need to know about the Doctor. So now you can safely hop into Typical Colors 2 and play Doctor class. So have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye.